Me, Ivo, all I have to do is go to Yahoo News or go driving around the city to see how my freedom is further being restricted by the deep state. Today's headline said that it's law now in Ontario, Canada, that if you dine at a restaurant, all have to sign in with their names and presumably their addresses. I know they're going to start fining people, just wait. I see this in the bank too, that if you want to use the bank's services you have to sign in. You have to tell the government that you were there. That was TD Bank. I didn't see anything like that at CIBC when I used the ATM. This is getting ridiculous. And everyone just goes along with it because it's just a little bit at a time. Nobody says, no, I'm not going to comply. They just go along with it because it's one little liberty at a time that's being removed. This has been going on for months now, and I know my parents' friends believe that it's going to get better next year. Of course she thinks that this is about a virus, because that's what they make it out to be. When are the lights going to snap on for her and her husband? When? Ivo, my love, you cannot worry about them. I know this sounds cruel, but you must concern yourself with people who are ready to make the jump now. You spoke to Ashtar last night while I was sleeping, and I am aware of what was said in your conversation with him. You have been aware for a few years that you are to start a community, and you believed this was to be a community that would get together in joy, fun, and like-mindedness, but in fact you are to start a community of non-compliant, self-sufficient people who will not comply with the deep state's control of the masses. You will not be inoculated, you will not be microchipped, and you will not comply with their control measures. This is one of the solar cities that Ashtar Sheran was speaking of in his book. You will be starting one now. There must be a place for people to live on as true earthlings, not the hybridized robotized beings that will be born out of the Gates vaccine. Me, Ashtar said no microchipping will happen. Ivo, no, we must intervene before then. However, we cannot intervene in the free will of one who believes that microchipping is in their best interests. We can only get the information out via the truth tellers on your planet and hope that these people see reason and stop trusting those in power. We cannot intervene in your free will. That is our limitation. There are people who are already compliant with this because they believe that this is the future of humanity and that they are in the forefront. Those who realize they are multidimensional creator gods are on the opposite side of this thinking, and so your world will split out into two factions, the chipped and the non-microchipped. When we say we will intervene, it is because that is what the masses are asking us to do. Unless you ask, we cannot do much. There must be a majority in order for us to intervene on behalf of the Terran populace. This is your war. This is your battle. The fight you are engaged in now is one of higher consciousness. Do you continue to give away your right to self-determination to the deep state, or do you step forward and become sovereign? This is your choice now. This is your personal war. Understand this, it is playing out on a large-scale arena, but each person must make up their own mind. So it is your personal choice to make and to enforce. Your right to determine how you will live is in question, and you must each answer that question for yourself. Communities must be set up to support people in their endeavor to remain sovereign and to allow for survival of the species. They must have options. Obviously, the control agenda is to ostracize those who will not comply. Eventually their goal is to round all of these people up and put them in jail for non-compliance. Some will be killed. That is their intention. They are not fond of those who do not comply, as you may have heard. They are not looking to see who defies them, as you may have heard. They are looking for complete compliance. As you know from your father's example, my love, when you did not comply with what he expected of you, punishment was severe. Controllers are not interested in seeing who defies them, they do not like those who do. I know you have come across opinions stating this, but it is incorrect. Me, I know. I know from personal experience my father was never happy about anyone who flew in his face what an arse he was. He wanted to continue to think of himself as the ultimate power in the house, and anyone who didn't comply made him think he was flawed in some way. So he just got worse. I expect the Illuminati will react the same. Ivo, they will. These non-compliant cities must be created from whatever humble means, and then be a place for those who will not submit to this control to find a haven. They will be protected by us. Me, it's kind of like ETS are getting rooted on this planet. Ivo, we have people on your world already, my love. We have the Agarthans with us, the Teloshians with us, we have many of the Earthlings working with us as well. We also have stations underground, but this is about helping the Earthling to survive this unfortunate event. Which I might add, that many have continually obeyed. You have been made to obey other people, other humans, not yourselves, and not your god or gods. You have been made to obey people who are not better than you are, they are worse of mindset than the average human. You have complied with this instead of resisting it, and now you see the results of what you have done. It is universal law. Cause and effect. Obedience is submission. Allowing your good to be determined by others is not the way of the human. You have lived contrarily to universal law and now you reap what you have collectively sown. People have been there all along to tell you the truth. Some listened, some did not. The answers were always there. It is possible for a human being to be self-sufficient and live independently of any system, in fact God provides for that. It is not our way to be alone, we live in communities, but when your community is unloving then it is better to be alone. The obstacles that have been put in your way now have to do with deep state control as well. You must buy property in order to do this. God would give you as much land as you need for free. He has provided an entire world full of land for your use. For sharing. But now you must buy it from someone who has stolen it from you. Does that not cause you pain? This is what the Saint Germain funds are based on, return of the monies you have paid in ignorance of this fact. Me, yes. Ivo, and you must build homes. You need to acquire supplies, again, at a price. The supplies must be built by contractors, or you must purchase a home already created. Humans can create our own homes. We create our own vehicles as well. But you do not know how to do this as the information has been kept from you. So you must seek a home and purchase it, according to your matrix system. Me, some people squat. Ivo, you would be removed very quickly, my love. This, too, of course, is against the law. People call your matrix freedom but in fact it is so limiting already, it is a jail as we view it. We created the pyramids. They made use of the Earth's power grid, its innate powers. We did not drag large stones for miles at the end of ropes. We created them with our minds. This is why this narrative exists about the pyramids, to disempower you. Me, so can I make a house? Ivo, you can purchase one for now. We have it chosen already. We will guide you to it, my love. Me, great. Oh yeah. I've already seen it when we went astral traveling. Ivo, yes, we showed it to you. That was already years ago. We showed you your future. Because you created it with us, of course. 2021 will be a worse year for many because of their compliance. For those who do not comply, new avenues will open up in the name of these communities and of funding for them. Those who comply and adhere to the old system are in for a shock. Many will turn at this point, and others will not. They will continue to adhere to the old system, thus keeping it alive. Me, that's too bad. But it would be hard for some to believe that everything that supposedly gave them so much in life is turning on them now. The irony is, if they only knew what their real potential was. Ivo, your world must split again until it finally unifies in love. The people who are non-compliant now are Earth's future. Those who are compliant will be slated for eventual extinction. They are refusing to evolve. That is what this is about. Nothing less than that. Their souls will go to other third-dimensional planets where they can perhaps ascend. Me, thank you, Ivo. I know you're going to be here with us through this, but everyone has to do their part. Ivo, you do. My love, you do all you can for others with your signage in the back of your car. Me, yes, I've had more tailgaters. They're trying to read what I've written. LOL, I have an artist's scribble. That's how I write. Ivo, you write as one who is determined to get out their message, my love. You have two websites, one for those who are aware of their multidimensionality and the ET presence, and one for those who are only waking up now. It is advisable for those who are listening to create your own website to help red pill people. Create a free website on a platform like Weebly, and then post the link in comments on social media and mainstream media websites. Sheran does this and it is effective. Me, oh yeah. Yahoo News turned off the comments on its site. They were getting too much opposition to their coveted bullshit stories. LOL. Ivo, yes, they realize they are losing. And that is fine. They still, however, hold most of the control. Trump can only do so much. He is beholden to a process of revealing the truth, and he is not able to do much without the consent of the people. If he does so, he will not be re-elected. He is working to get more on board. One item that must be discussed as well is that the news is obviously childish in the way it puts down Trump, insinuates he is insane, etc. etc. When you stop behaving this way yourself, you can see more clearly what they are doing to manipulate you by behaving this way. You have been taught to behave as your world leaders behave, and in so doing, it is easy for you to agree with them. When you rise above this low frequency level of behavior, you see the intent of what they are doing. This is how ascension and doing your inner work is helping others to wake up. They become fed up of the tattling and name-calling show that is being displayed before them. Me, amen. These are our leaders. Acting like little kiddies. Schoolyard bullies. That's the best they can do, and they're leading the country? We need adults that act like adults should. Ivo, I agree. Integrity is everything, and so you must look for those who display it as your leaders, not those who manipulate you into submission. Me, thanks, Ivo. Ivo, we will build a grand city. It will be protected by the light. Many will come, seeking to help and to shield themselves from the fate they see their friends and families suffer. It will be a place of healing and a new beginning for humanity on earth. More will take part in this as well, in different parts of the world, and we will aid them too. Click on the link below the video to read what Ashtar and I discussed about building a city next year.